so that your soul will be freed as the ego from attachment to the body. It's very difficult to tell these things in a few words, but that's the important thing, that the spiritual evolution is speeded up by the practice of Kriya Yoga. And in an ordinary lifetime, you can free the soul from attachment to the body. And so, understand one other thing. Some of you are perhaps interested in how Kriya works. As you revolve the life force which you have freed from the body around the subtle spine, the very sensitive spinal region, and the brain, as you revolve it around, just like as the earth goes around the sun and gives us 1 year of evolution, when you do that around your spine, you get 1 year's evolution in that half minute. What happens? You know we are made just like the universe. Within us are the signs of the zodiac. The 6 centers of the spine, with a positive and negative aspect, correspond to the 12 signs of the zodiac. So, when the sun, our consciousness, revolves around, it cuts the magnetic lines of force in the centers. It passes through the 12 signs of the zodiac, and you attain 1 year's spiritual evolution. Just in passing, it's interesting, but realize if you can do that enough time, you will advance perfectly in your path back home to God. And so, in conclusion, realize that Kriya Yoga is the initiation which makes you a full-fledged member of self-realization fellowship, because it is such a sacred and such a wonderful initiation. And it is open for those who prepare themselves to receive the great influx of God's consciousness through this Kriya initiation. That's why we're waiting here before giving it. Those of you who are faithful and keep at it, prepare the ground, then when you take it, you will see wonderful results. I know in the beginning when I met the Master, I was all for having Kriya right off, quick. He says, you'll be better off if you wait a little. Well, what can you say if the Guru says to wait? I said, all right. So I waited a year. He says, you wait a year. I waited a year. And I know that it is better to have the ground prepared, and then when you get the Kriya, it will really mean something and produce results. And so, traveling the highway to the infinite, through Kriya Yoga, you'll establish, this is very important, a spiritual understanding between men, whereby these different things of the different religions in the different countries, it will establish a unity between nation and nation, and even between church and church, and between culture and culture. Because you know, I know, that only when you change the hearts of men will there be any appreciable change in their living and in their being. And so Kriya Yoga, taking you into the presence of God, what happens? It changes the hearts of men. And when the hearts of men are changed, then peace will come upon earth. Then spiritual understanding will come. And realize above all dogma and creed, all church, all nations, above these differences is the universality of God's presence, which is the same in each and every one of them. Kriya Yoga will help establish that without doubt, because all of those who have practiced Kriya Yoga, which I have met and seen from all the countries of the world, everyone feels the same in the presence of God. I'm not asking you to believe anything. Do it. Try it. Understand it. Experiment. Know in your consciousness, then you will realize what the way to the infinite is. The highway to the infinite is that which takes you into the presence of God. Know these things by experience. Don't take the word of of a person, do not take the writings of a book, but in your own heart know God. And I'll close by reading one reference of the Master from the autobiography of a yogi. Kriya Yoga, he says, the scientific technique of God realization will ultimately spread in all lands and aid in harmonizing the nation through man's personal, transcendental perception of the infinite Father. He is in each and every one of us. None are more dear to him than another. That's the greatest thing. Don't think that some saint is dearer to God than you are. That's not so. If you look within and feel in your heart, you will know God loves you just as much as he loves the greatest saint. The Master has said, God loves us so wonderfully and silently, more than we can imagine, and through the hearts of his devotees. He wouldn't love us through the hearts of his devotees unless he was seated there. He is in the heart of each and every one of us. And so the highway to the infinite simply means the highway to the presence of God, which is in each and every one of us.
In order to profit from these practical teachings in a meaningful way, which will have a definite and tangible impact in your life, we suggest that you subscribe to the Self-Realization Fellowship's home study course on the science of yoga. Please visit the SRF on the web at yogananda-srf.org or call the SRF's Mother Center in Los Angeles, California at 323-225-2471.